Have you ever realized a design choice was risky for your organization or for your users, but you had no idea what to do about it? Maybe you even had a conversation about the potential risks, but it all felt vague and speculative. Even if several people agreed that something felt a little bit off, the design may have ultimately stayed the same. I hear this a lot, and it can be incredibly frustrating, especially when our job as UX professionals is to advocate for user needs, and we can see that we're clearly falling short. It's even worse when the fallout hits our teams too, in the form of higher operating costs, lost revenue, or in the worst cases, legal consequences for missing important compliance requirements. If any of this sounds familiar, your team is, like many other teams, probably struggling with managing risk. And believe it or not, risk management isn't just a business competency, but a strategic design competency as well. So, why do so many teams struggle with it? Usually, it's because certain team dynamics show up again and again. Playfully, I like to call them the 4 horsemen of risk management. These are 4 subtle but serious reasons why risk management goes wrong. When we don't recognize and name them, they can wreak havoc on our ability to stop risks before they become real consequences. Now, the 4th and most insidious horseman is a lack of shared language or standards around risk. It's a sneaky one because it can show up even when people are talking about and collaborating to resolve risks. Everyone comes in with a slightly different mental model. One person thinks of risk as the probability of impacting users. Another thinks of it as anything that affects the business. A third might be focused on legal issues, and a fourth might just go off of gut feeling, and so on and so on. The danger: risk can get discussed in a meeting and everyone nods like they agree, but they don't. Nothing really changes. Without shared definitions, risk conversations stay vague and decisions fall apart later when it's way too late to change course. Then your team is stuck picking up the pieces and trying to fix things in a hurry to prevent further damage. What good risk management aims to do isn't to revolutionize how you work, but to help you thoroughly assess and address issues at the root, and to do it in a realistic, consistent way so you can anticipate risks before they ever happen. But here's the hard truth. The thoroughness in documentation for most risk management frameworks can feel intimidating, confusing, and honestly, boring. It's easy for people to tune out and want to avoid it altogether. Now, I'm firmly in the risk management is necessary camp. But I also believe it should be simplified and demystified so teams actually do it. And as someone who used to do this kind of work for the U.S. Army Reserve, I've seen even the smallest and most time-pressed teams manage their risk effectively. You don't need a formal risk department to make smart decisions. All you need is some structure, introspection, and an open mind. So if you're tired of putting out fires that could have been avoided, check out my self-paced course, Managing Design Risks. You'll learn how to assess and manage risk in any type of project, and you'll get practical tips for making this work a sustainable and regular part of your process. By the end, you'll be able to shift from reactivity to proactivity and start leading and designing with purpose, intention, and clarity. And because it's self-paced, you can move through the material at your own schedule. Implement changes as you go, and revisit lessons whenever you need a refresh. Ready to dive deeper? Explore this course and our entire library of courses at NNGroup.com. See you there.